another team we haven't covered yet is AlphaTauri. And how excited are you guys? How excited are you guys about Gasly's chances and the rookie Yuki Tsunoda? Now, out of all the rookies here into the season, I feel that Yuki is probably the best one out of the bunch.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. That's going to be exciting. I hope he podiums, because that's Grand Prix has always gone to Japan.
Yeah.
But how many Japanese F1 drivers have we seen? Not many over the years. I mean, it's not like there's a time where it's basically dominated by European drivers. And to see Yuki in there, and I haven't really done a lot of research on him, but the little research I've done, he's going to be exciting to watch. He's a go-getter, man. He's not going to back down in the corner. He's not going to be intimidated by these guys, and he's going to stick his nose right in there. Hopefully he can keep his car on all four wheels and finish races, but with some of these guys, but he's not going to back down. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. And to your point, Mike, the last Japanese driver was 2014 when two teams voted that year. And
yeah.
I felt like you. I mean, of all the drivers we have, rookie drivers, I think Yuki is probably the best one of the bunch. He definitely at least will finish in points a couple of seasons. I hope he does that in Japan, honestly. He is very familiar and very comfortable with the Honda power unit. That's who went up in the ranks with Formula 4 all the way up to Formula 2. He's with Honda. So he's very familiar, even though, Formula 2 to Formula 1 is a different beast, but he knows the team. He knows he's been with them for a while, so I think he could definitely, him and with Gasly, even though Gasly's been there for a few years, Gasly has some experience underneath him. I think that will make a great driver pairing this season, honestly. Chaz, what do you think from AlphaTauri?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Yuki's, he's from Japan, so he probably drives a VTEC Honda. So he's, no, I'm kidding.
There goes our Japanese subscribers there. Appreciate
that. So, I mean, I don't watch Formula 2, so help me out, guys. Like, I know Mick Schumacher won last season. Mm-hmm. Did he not have as convincing a season as Yuki did, or is it just kind of a style of driving thing?
Well, it's, from what I understand, he was up there with Schumacher. He was very close.
Yeah. He won 3 races in F2. Mm-hmm. Yuki did, and he's always been in like the top 5. He's kind of like Verstappen. He's right there.
Yeah.
Once in a while he'll get up on the podium, but he's always pushing everybody in front of him. So he's an exciting driver. I give him that. It's going to be fun to watch.
With everything that's going on right now, with all the rule regulations, everything like that, you give him a couple years, he's going to be like a George Russell. If you give him the right power unit, he could be a champion.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Here's my problem with AlphaTauri specifically. I feel like, based on what you guys are telling me, Yuki's probably has a lot of upside potential. Mm-hmm. I actually feel like even as young as he is, Gasly is on the downturn. And this is not me being like overly critical. It's more of an observation than it is a criticism, right? Like, I mean, being on a top 3, a top 2 team, and losing your seat because you just got crushed. Like, he just got outperformed by Verstappen, and it wasn't even close. I mean, Gasly's he's not on the uptick. I mean, he obviously, even getting called up to Red Bull was very impressive. After having been on their backup team himself. But I don't know. I feel like they might even out.
Well, how about this? Do you see for this season here? Do you see Yuki surpassing Gasly?
I mean, I don't know enough about him as a driver. I would say that my last point probably still stands. I mean, and here's what's also true, right? Like, was also true is last season, Pierre Gasly had a win in Italy, right? I mean, that's also true. It's he also, I think in the last race in Portugal, he came in 5th place. So it's not like he's a terrible driver. That may have been an incorrect characterization. I'm just saying that, like, when we rate drivers, generally we rate them, as successful or not. Usually we're asking the question, hey, is this someone who could be a world champion? Is this someone who could be the best driver in the field? And where Gasly might have had that sort of potential or cachet maybe a couple seasons ago, and especially going into his first season at Red Bull, the questions still had to be answered. I feel like a lot of those questions have been answered. And that victory in Italy, obviously that race was a cluster, right? Like that was an absolute mess. But he still held it together. He still had to hold his car together. So he's not a crap driver. That was a bad characterization on my part. But I don't know. I feel like I would like to see Yuki make it competitive and see those two guys push each other forward. That'd be fun.
Well, how about you, Mike? You know Yuki a little bit better than Chaz. Probably even.
I think this is a case where they're bringing in a young driver to kind of be around Pierre Gasly. Pierre's win in Italy last year was what I said earlier. Teams are 2 or 3 car accidents away from winning. In that race, the cars that didn't finish are Verstappen, Leclerc, and Vettel were out. Their cars didn't finish. Hamilton had a 15-second penalty because he cut a corner or did something. I can't remember he ignored the don't pit on a red flag. So he ignored the don't pit, got a 15-second, which put him in last place with like 15 or 16 laps left. And in those 15 or 16 laps left, he finished 7th. So he got all the way back up to 7th. So Gasly won because 3 cars got knocked out that probably would have been in the top 5. Or at least 2 of them would have been in the top 5. And Hamilton got a huge penalty. And I think Bottas had something wrong with his car too. So it was technical difficulties, a penalty, and 3 accidents, and Gasly wins. So those things don't happen. Is he top 10? He might have been. But like Chaz was saying, that whole race was entertaining, but it was a clusterfuck. It was a cluster. Sorry, I didn't mean to. PG rating there.
But do you see like Yuki surpassing?
Oh, absolutely. I think he is going to be an exciting driver to watch, and I see him on the podium, and it's too early to tell. I don't know how long he's going to stay with AlphaTauri, but I don't see him staying with AlphaTauri more than maybe a couple of years, and then the big boys will be calling him to come jump in their seats.
Actually, I was going to put you on the spot. How long do you think it would take Yuki to surpass Gasly?
This year.
Within a few races?
Oh, yeah.